She thought her homeowner association authority gave her the power to evict my grandfather from his own home. But she had no idea he actually oversees the entire county's operations. The confrontation started on a bright morning when Kathy marched onto the property armed with violation forms, printed warnings, and the same overbearing attitude that consistently created problems for her. She believed the combination of her aggressive behavior and official-looking documents would pressure Grandpa to surrender immediately, that he would depart without any opposition. But Grandpa, experienced, tactical, and composed, was thoroughly ready for her theatrics. As she approached, Grandpa stepped forward, his demeanor demanding respect. "You're incorrect if you believe you can force me from my own land," he stated, voice firm and unwavering. Kathy's arrogant look wavered. She had expected fear or uncertainty, not decisive command. Her paper threats appeared insignificant against a man who had dedicated his life to understanding and influencing local government. Kathy tried to debate, waving violation notices and quoting rules, hoping the documentation would frighten him. But Grandpa responded seamlessly, referencing ordinances, legal history, and his own position within the county structure. Each argument she presented was dismantled with calm accuracy, and the neighbors who had collected to watch the encounter rapidly recognized the power disparity. Kathy, once domineering, now looked diminished, desperate, and revealed. Frustrated, she intensified her approach, trying to call HOA enforcement, local authorities, or anyone she could control to support her position. But Grandpa had predicted this move. He had alerted the sheriff's office earlier, detailing her pattern of harassment, unlawful property takeover attempts, and repeated boundary violations. The sheriff's deputies appeared promptly, not to confront Grandpa, but to guarantee Kathy's action didn't worsen further. When law enforcement arrived, Kathy's alarm was instantaneous. Her reasoning collapsed, her threats were disregarded, and her influence disappeared, facing genuine legal and administrative power. She understood, possibly too belatedly, that she had misjudged not just Grandpa's understanding, but the complete scope of his influence throughout the county. Every effort to intimidate or control him had only emphasized her inadequacy. Kathy's son, who frequently operated under her direction, observed the situation and started to comprehend the repercussions of their repeated presumption. The certainty he had brought into property conflicts, social gatherings, and boundary incidents evaporated as he watched his mother's strategies fail completely. Her attempts to establish dominance had generated public embarrassment, legal vulnerability, and total collapse. By day's end, Kathy had withdrawn, her schemes completely defeated. Grandpa stayed firmly in charge of his property. The HOA was ineffective, and her standing experienced a significant decline. Neighbors, board members, and even casual witnesses now acknowledged the magnitude of her overextension and her repeated defeats. She had tried to wield intimidation and bureaucratic manipulation against someone who not only understood the law, but held genuine authority. A miscalculation that left her powerless.
The event emphasized an important lesson. Presumption, privilege, and efforts to bully individuals with knowledge and influence inevitably result in failure. Kathy's repeated errors in judgment, her failure to evaluate the true structure of power, and her fixation with control had culminated in her most visible disgrace yet. Grandpa's called command, combined with legal preparation and strategic thinking, ensured that Kathy's plans were neutralized conclusively. She had overvalued her influence, undervalued experience, and failed to expect consequences. Once again, her withdrawal stood as proof of the limitations of manipulation and intimidation, and a reminder that authentic authority cannot be forced, only respected when deserved. By evening, the county remained under Grandpa's supervision, the property protected, and Kathy's presence became a warning example. Her repeated failures, growing from minor HOA disputes to direct threats against family and property, had become public documentation of irresponsibility and overreach. Her obsession with power had once again resulted in humiliation, demonstrating that preparation, understanding, and authority consistently overcome privilege and arrogance. But what happened to Kathy after this very public defeat? Did she finally learn her lesson about crossing someone with genuine influence in our community? The aftermath revealed even more about the consequences of using petty authority. If you enjoyed watching entitled behavior get what it deserved, please support our channel by liking this video and subscribing to Winds of Thought for more satisfying stories of justice served.